that type of shoplifting and looting persists disappears. It's the very serious, violent crime. That's why I'm worried about people being too exposed in the streets, because it's the violent, anti-personal crime that really is the more serious offender.
So in some ways what you're saying is that those young people are out on the streets who, you're saying it's not really social discontent, it's opportunity. They might already be people who already do the opposite of shoplifting, which is regarded as, I guess, a lighter crime, it's not a serious crime against the person.
Peer group activity.
Peer group pressure. They're not targeting, you're saying they're not targeting people, they're targeting they're targeting shops and they're targeting organisations from which they can take.
It's greed.
Just greed. And some might say, well, what have they got to be greedy about? Why are they greedy? Is that the society in which we live, that it's, everybody takes what they can? Is that
well, I found that in shoplifting, for example, often young people have an awful lot still shoplift. It isn't always a poverty issue. But what we are facing in those communities, and why government is now so important, is those communities have had destruction by fire, and they've also, in a way, lost their morale and their belief in the police. And that means high visibility policing. But there's been a lot of talk about let's protect frontline policing, but let's cut out the back of the policing. The back of the policing is the intelligence and the information and communications that get them to the spot before you have the crime. So you have to actually fill in the back and actually retain the strength of your policing. And that's the lesson. It really is. The power of the policing has started to disappear over the last few months. There's a perception that they are weak. And what's happened is when they've been tested at Tottenham, as things started to move out, all of these other interlinked groups, far up as Birmingham, they think, right, it's a time for a good night out, and we'll go and commit crime and we will not be caught. British police have always operated on the idea that if the offenders perceive they're going to be caught, they will deter the offenders.
Right. Do you see this continuing night after night? I mean, okay, we're talking 3 nights in a row. This is the most serious night, and it's certainly the night where we've seen it spread to other areas. I mean, obviously I'm not asking you to be a psychic and foretell the future, but in your expert opinion, are we going to see this drag on, or will it now peter out?
Well, we can't be psychic. We're seeing geographic pockets, which are social networks.